عن أمير المؤمنين أبي حفص عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول إنما العمل بالنيات وإنما لكل امرئ ما نوى.
Number 17, to defend knowledge and protect it from harm.
Okay, so this one, number 17, the Shaykh is going to talk about how to protect and defend knowledge, right? Now he's going to mention a number of things that you have to do in order to defend knowledge. These are some examples of how a person defends knowledge now.
Knowledge has a great sacredness that necessitates protecting it from those things that could potentially treat it in a way that is not befitting. And this defense has appeared with the people of knowledge in different forms. From them is, number one, refutation upon the opposer. So whoever's opposition to the Sharia has become clear, then he is refuted whomsoever he may be. That is for the protection of the religion and as an advice for the Muslims.
Number one is refuting against the opposer. Now, Imam Ahmad rahimahullah, he said, وَلَمْ يَزِرِ النَّاسُ يَرُدُّ بَعْضُهُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ. The people, like the scholars, still refute one another. He had a certain opinion, they say that opinion is wrong because this hadith, and he say no, that hadith doesn't apply here, and they refute one another like that. There's nothing wrong with it. I have a book at home, 3 volumes. The differences in opinions between Ibn Baz, Ibn Uthaymin, Albani. Just the differences. Not only in fiqh, some aqidah ones as well, secondary issues, right? Small issues. The point being is refuting is part of the religion. You have to, because we're not the prophet. Not everything we say is revelation. We can make mistakes. So now you have to clarify. No, okay, that's what he said is not correct. But now there's a way of doing it. How much do you do it? Who do you do it with? Who's qualified to do it? How harshly do you speak? Do you do it publicly? Do you do it quietly, secretly? Right? And it requires hikmah. The general principle is that this is for the ulama, it's not for the student of knowledge. The student of knowledge doesn't know everything. That's why he's a student. Right? Then he says stuff, the stuff might be incorrect, the way he says it is incorrect, and he causes more issues. Whereas the scholar knows what he's talking about, and he has hikmah on how to do it, so he can do it. Now that doesn't mean it's only for the scholars in every single situation. Sometimes the students need to speak up as well, but generally it is for the ulama. Okay, and even doing it publicly, subhanallah, some people say, well, he said it publicly, so nothing wrong with me refuting him publicly. As a principle, it might be correct, but if you are somebody that studies and sat with the scholars, you'll know that sometimes by you doing that is going to cause much more harms. And if you just rang the brother, I know so many times, right, there'll be an issue. Let's say I said something wrong, for example. If somebody went online and made a video against me, I'd be like, what's this going on about? And I wouldn't really be happy with that person. I don't think anyone would be, right? But if that brother just rang me and he said, Assalamu alaikum Huzaifah, look, you said this in the video, I believe it to be incorrect because of this. And I'll say, no, what I meant is this. He goes, oh, okay, that makes sense. Issue solved. Or I'll say, oh, Jazakallah khair, I didn't know. Or it's a slip of the tongue. And I can just put a message up, or my next lesson I'll say, okay, last lesson I said this, it's incorrect, it's actually this. No problem, no fitna, the people are speaking, oh, you said this, he said that, right? Everyone just moves on with life, no problem. Especially between Ahlul Sunnah, right? So, I honestly don't understand some brothers, and the real answer is, a lot of brothers haven't gone out to study and sat with the ulama properly. They've done, one shaykh came for like 1 week in the UK, sat with him for a little while, he watched a few videos, that's about it. It's half big knowledge, so what they end up doing? Causing more harm than they do rectifying society. So refutation is part of the religion without a doubt, and it needs to be done. Not only against Ahlul Bid'ah, but even sometimes with Ahlul Sunnah to correct certain things and mistakes that might have been there. But all of it, there's a way of doing it. Everything, right? Praying Salah, you can't pray Salah in any way that you want. There's a way of praying. There's a way of doing wudu. Right? You can't pray 5 raka'at, you pray 4. Right? So likewise here, there's a way of doing it. And all these rules, the ulama have mentioned, inshallah, in the bigger books. We can go through them with Allah ta'ala. Now,
number 2, boycotting the innovator. It was reported by Abu Ya'la al-Farah as a consensus.
Now, by ijma' of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah is that you boycott the innovator. Right? You stay away from the innovator. You don't sit with him, you don't chat to him, you don't do anything with him, you don't study with him. A person is an innovator, you stay away. Right? There may be a certain exception where you can give him da'wah, you can advise him or something like that. But these are all exceptions and stuff. I don't want to go into that. And sometimes it's based upon masalih mafasid, but that's all secondary. What's the default ruling? You stay away from innovators. Right? Why? So many harms. From the greatest of them is that they can give you doubts, especially if you're not well grounded. Right? And sometimes in their speech, they know how to speak. Some of these people that go online, and because they're intellectuals, They know how to speak. So it sounds like what they're saying is something really good, but in reality it's like the most basic thing that you learn. Right? It's just the way they speak. Another harm could be, is let's say you're a practicing brother, or you're a teacher, and you're seen with this person of innovation. You might have a reason for that. But because the fact that you've been seen, either it takes away from your credibility, or people are going to think it's okay, you are chilling with him, or I can go to him as well. If he's with him, I can go with him. Because generally people don't look into these issues, they're just going to see it. They see one picture and that's it, they make a whole story of that one picture. Right? When I say general people, I include the wannabe students of knowledge, because the way they act are like general people as well. Okay, and they cause so much more harm. So the general ruling is that you stay away from Ahlul Bid'ah. You don't sit with Ahlul Bid'ah. And if you read the aqwal of the Salaf, and this is not a principle I'm making up. Look, it says ijma', consensus. Yeah? There's consensus of the Salaf that you don't sit with Ahlul Bid'ah. You see them one side of the road, cross the road, go far from them. Right? Because of all of the harms that it can come with. So that's something which is very important for a person to keep in mind. Now.